this incredible travel summit that's on the way. My name is Jay Cameron, and boy, I can tell you, you saw the journey there, you saw the experience, and so now I'm going to walk you through all of this, and just we're going to this whole week we're going to be talking about some amazing places. We're going to share with you some amazing content and some stories from the journey. And I know that if you are plugged in, and as a matter of fact, I'm looking, I see the chat is on fire. The chat is on fire. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's see here. The roll call. Let's do it. Let's do the roll call. Y'all ready? Let's jump into the roll call and see where you are watching from. All right. Hey, what's going on, Elliot? How you doing? All right. And we got a bunch of folks on here tonight. All right. Can everybody hear me okay? I think everybody should be able to hear me fine. You good? Can you hear me now? All right. Great. Hey, what's going on, D? All right. Asante, what's going on, Portia? All right, Shanice, hey. Diane, I see Alabama, Atlanta. Goodness, I'm going back through I'm scrolling through here because I want to make sure that I get everybody. Let's see here. Glenda, that's what I'm talking about. Wow. Donna, how are you? Verdette. All right. Armin, Demetria, Vivian, Arkisha. I'm going all the way. Carla. Come on with it, y'all. Excellent. Excellent. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? All right. Renita. All right. Fort Lauderdale. Let me say Philadelphia's in the house. Charlotte, North Carolina. The Lou. All right. Man, look at this. Well, we are going to have a great time, and I'm going to talk to you about 3 places. So this week, just to kind of run it down for you, I'm going to be sharing. Hey, Donna. All right. We are going to be sharing a lot of content with you so that you can get plugged into what we're doing here at Maximum Impact Travel. You're going to learn and hear stories and hear just other people's accounts as well. But I want you to start preparing your mind to join us because we're going to share this with you, but I really want you to have this experience before. Now, if you've been to the continent of Africa before, put a 1 in the chat. If you have been before, if you have never been to the continent of Africa, put a 2 in the chat. All right. So if you've been, put a 1. If you've never been, put a 2 in the chat. I'll tell you a little bit about what's coming up. Then we're going to dive into this. We're going to be talking about South Africa, Kenya, and then the add-on of Zimbabwe and Zambia with the falls and the steam train and a few other things. And again, you're going to enjoy what we're going to share with you. So let's see here. Just going to get a quick gauge on, okay, all right, a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s. Okay. Excellent. If you've been to the continent, type where you've been. If you've been, type where you have been, where you've visited before. All right. I've been to 23 different African countries, and guess what? I want to take you all to many of those 23. We also go to the Caribbean. We go to Central America. We go to South America. And we go to the U.S. We got this Gullah Geechee experience that we've been working on, and we have Black London, Black Paris, Black Amsterdam coming down the pike as well. But today, again, we're going to be talking about South Africa, Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe on the way. All right, let's see. Scroll through. All right, let's see. Ghana, Egypt, Kenya, Cape Town, Ghana, Egypt. I see, okay, some Kenyans already here. Congo, that's right. Rwanda, I see Ghana, Gambia, Senegal, Kenya. Excellent. Ethiopia, South Africa, Ghana. I see a lot of Ghanas in here. We're going to be talking about Ghana tomorrow. So for the Ghana folks who want to go to Ghana, so we're going to be talking about Ghana tomorrow. But today, we're going to be talking about South Africa, Kenya, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. All right, this is excellent. I am so glad to see so many people with so much interest in the continent. And it's very important because the continent is a special place. The continent of Africa with more than 50 countries, actually 54 countries, trying to get 55 out the deal somewhere. And thousands of cultures, thousands of languages, and it's really a very special place as you will begin to see. So what is Maximum Impact Travel? Maximum Impact Travel, we bridge the gap between Africa and the African diaspora. And we recognize, being as though I'm one who was born in Charleston, South Carolina, I am, I guess you would call me American if we're going to put a label on it. So I'm from America, but I recognize that growing up, many things that we were told about the continent of Africa were skewed, not meaning that they weren't necessarily inaccurate, it just means that they were told from one perspective. And that perspective being that, everybody was sick, everybody was dying, everybody was poor, everybody was corrupt, the leaders couldn't get it together, all these different things. And so, why would I want to visit someplace like that? If that's what I see, late night infomercials, y'all remember Sally Struthers, and every time you turned on the television, it was something bad about Africa and how they had no water, no food, and it was just a desolate place with these poor people that need us to come save and rescue them. Well, when I went to Ghana for the first time in 2018, I discovered that narrative was just one narrative. Not that it's untrue. There are parts of Africa where there is no water and people are in desperate need of help. But there are other parts of Africa with 1.6 billion people where they're thriving, where they have plenty of food, and they're actually contributing in a major way to our existence and our wealth in the United States. So when you think about natural resources and you think about the continent of Africa, many of the natural resources that we enjoy come from there. Much of the chocolate that we enjoy comes from places like the Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire, the number one producer of cocoa in the world. Ghana is the number two producer of cocoa in the world. Much of the rubber that we enjoy comes from Liberia. You have the different precious metals that come out of the Congo and DRC. All of this is one, these natural resources are used to prop up the rest of the world. But unfortunately, when it comes to the wealth and the way that the wealth is distributed, it does not reach the people the way that it needs to reach the people. And that's something you begin to see when you're there. You say, well, why is it like that? Well, because the natural resources have been extracted, and somehow along the way, the people have not been able to benefit from those natural resources. But once you get there and you've had the opportunity to see all of the natural wonders, and we talk about the falls, and again, I'll show the videos. You see the videos, and it'll tell you the story for itself. Once I saw that, I knew that I couldn't keep this to myself, and I needed to be able to be a bridge, because I understood the narrative we were told in the U.S., in the education system that we had, and I also understood what the realities were on the ground in the different parts of Africa that I've been to. So I said, well, guess what? Let's create this opportunity for those who are interested. Let's create a top-notch experience where they don't have to worry. They don't have to worry about it being low budget, low quality, or anything along those lines. And now they can enjoy these experiences for themselves. And that's what you see happening with Maximum Impact Travel. So with that, I started Maximum Impact Travel back in 2019, took my first group, and we have nearly almost 1,000 people that we've taken back to the continent of Africa since then. And so that's something that we are excited about, have no problem telling everybody about it. These are some of the media outlets that we've been featured on over the years, some of the commitment to educating and bringing the truth to what's going on there on the ground. I've actually had the chance to go to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro as well. I've seen the world from the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. So that is something that I have a documentary on YouTube about that. So here we are, 23 African countries later, a children's book series, The Adventures of Darren and Destiny, and then 42,000 YouTube subscribers. And guess what? You can be one too. All you have to do is type in my name, Jay Cameron, over on YouTube, subscribe, and you'll find out everything that we have going on. We also have the activity books. That's right. You can get these off of Amazon. And so we are educating our children from a young age. We're not just talking about it. We are truly being about it and creating these resources so their minds do not have to be the way many of our minds were growing up. Now, some of us had the benefit of someone teaching us and showing us better, and that's excellent. So that's why we've taken the initiative to go and create these resources along with the Adventures of Darren and Destiny children's book series so that, guess what, they can see this and have this as a part of their libraries. And we also created the Maximum Impact Success Academy. And this Success Academy is a universal Success Academy designed for families. And that's something that we want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to experience. And it looks a little something like this. Take a look. That's right. It's coming soon, the Maximum Impact Success Academy online. It's going to be subscription-based, and it's going to be available for anyone around the world. And we're going to be bringing financial literacy, entrepreneurship, life skills, and of course, the history that chances are you won't find taught in any school system in Florida. Unless somebody has opened something up on their own, you definitely won't get this, the history and the knowledge that we're going to drop. And guess what? It's going to be firsthand accounts. So it's going to be where we actually go. And what you see from those videos is where we actually went on site and recorded the classes and the instructions. And we have people who are indigenous to those areas who are teaching the Kiswahili, as well as showing how to do the different dances and the different recipes. That's what we're doing, and that's how we're bridging the gap, in addition to the different trips that we have that we're going to share with you. And then also want to let you know, coming up, got a special offer on the way, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Maximum Impact with Jay Cameron, and check that out over on YouTube. And on IG, you can follow me at Jay Cameron Official. It's right there on the screen. And then let's see here. All right, so here's what to expect. This is going to be an interactive experience, and I'm going to be asking some questions along the way. All right, asking some questions, and you can chime in the chat. Would love to get your feedback. And then for those who are our Maximum Impact affiliates, for those who are watching, or maybe you were sent by someone else, affiliates, what I want you to make sure you do is to share your link, all right? And for those who have received a link from someone, make sure that if you decide to book a trip with us, that you use that link so your person will get credit for the trip. And for those who are new to us and don't know anything about what's going on, we do have an affiliate program where you can receive compensation for sharing your affiliate link with your friends, family, and anyone else that you decide to share it with. And when they book using your link, you'll get credit. And all of the details are at our website, MaximumImpactTravel.com. Click affiliate, and it will tell you everything you need to know about how you can become a Maximum Impact Travel affiliate. And so more details on the way about that. So make sure if someone gave you that link, you use that link. And affiliates, make sure you share your link and let them know to use your link. All right, so a couple other things about us. Now, I have to say this because experience has taught me that I need to say it. First off, we are not the cheap trip to Africa company, all right? You're going to a different continent, a different culture, crossing the ocean, and so you do not want to do that on the cheap. A lot of people try to do it on the cheap. They get disappointed because they're thinking about it as if they're going down to the Caribbean or someplace in Mexico or Canada is close by, but you're going to Africa. You want to make sure you do all of your due diligence when it's time to go to Africa. We curate travel experiences of a lifetime. So these are not just trips. These are travel experiences. Many who have joined us have traveled with us multiple times because they know they're going to be taken care of. They know that the people who are working with them are being properly compensated, and there is no exploitation. And unfortunately, what happens in many cases when you start dealing with travel, there's a lot of exploitation. And that's another thing that I saw. As you can tell from us having the academy and our emphasis on making sure that our young folks are educated and that our families are educated and that we're educated, we also don't want to be, backdoor colonizers by going in and extracting the resources, meaning the labor and the talent of the people for our own personal gain or our personal enjoyment, and not making sure that they're properly compensated. And this is one of our values here at Maximum Impact Travel, that we will not do that. I see it. I see the cheap trips floating around, go here for $1,000 or whatever, $1,500, and then the people on the ground are staying on that same level. Yeah, the people they may or may not have a good time, depending on what the situation is. But if people are disgruntled, if they're not happy, if they're in a situation where they're not being taken care of, then that's going to impact the quality of service that you get. And that's something that we are adamant about, making sure that you get the best service possible, and that when you make your investment in your trip, that you know that we have done the very best on our end to give you the best quality that we can. So that's just one of our core values here at Maximum Impact Travel. Here's some other core values. I want to share this clip with you right here, because it's important to know and hear from others who've been with us, and you're going to see her face a few times along the way. And as a matter of fact, she's one of our affiliates too, so which is really cool, because oftentimes when people travel with us, they have the experience and now they want to share it with their family and friends. So I want to introduce you to Miss Kayana.
You come to Africa, you can see more. Now you expand your options. Now you expand your freedom, because you know a little bit more, and the more you know. How they communicated to us is that it's poor, right? It's not, they're starving, depressed over here. That's not what you see. It's one thing to see the animals, but when we saw that daggone, it was amazing. But also the balloon ride, to see the Serengeti again, just looks so beautiful. Sights that I've never seen in America before. When you're single, you feel like you can't travel unless you have friends or unless you have a man. But Jay, being able to see that he provided an opportunity, I had to fly here by myself, but being able to link up with a group who's able to explore and feel safe and not be by myself, I think that was a great way for me to still be able to live life outside, by myself, but also within a community.
And thank you very much, Kayana. You'll be seeing a little bit more from her along the way. All right, so that's the deal. Even if you're traveling, you think you're traveling by yourself, you're not traveling by yourself. You're actually a part of a family, a part of a community, because once you get there, we got you. And we have folks on the ground right now in Ghana, had another group right in Egypt. And so we're expanding this, we're bridging this gap, and you're going to see more and more as we go throughout the summit. You're going to be hearing and seeing stories and testimonials from others, because they're having this experience. Again, we want you to have this experience. Now, a question I do have, and this is something, why have so many people never traveled to Africa? What's going on in these streets? Why have so many people never traveled to Africa? In the chat, give me your thoughts. What are you thinking? Why do you feel so many people have never traveled to Africa? Now, and I'll come over there in a second to see. Let me hop on over to the chat and see what's going on. Get some of the thoughts and feedback. Let's see. Why do you feel so many people have never traveled to Africa? Let's see here. All right. There you go. All right, see, Mari, you got it. You got it. All right. All right. Let's see here. Stereotypes, misconception. I see it. Fear, misinformation, seems scary. Can't afford the flights. That's real. That's real. Scared. Was told not to go was negative. Going alone. Did not cross my mind until a few years ago. That's real. Finances, distance, propaganda. I mean, come on, let's talk about it. I mean, this is real. It is real. Let's see, it's more expensive than the Caribbean, and that's purposely done. And I hope I'm saying your name right, Arkishi. You know it's purposely done, right? I hope y'all understand that this stuff is done That when they put out alerts and everything, the chances are it's going to be something negative about Africa, or some country that they deem them as third world. Just want to let everybody know the third world is a dated third world term, so it's not used anymore, and it's really it was misused because they tried to make it say like first world was U.S. and China and Russia, and then I guess second world, I don't know what second world is, and then third world is supposed to be like the third, like the worst. But that's really not that was not the original intention of it. So it's interesting as you begin to travel and learn. Miseducated, I see. Yeah, there you go. The long flights, think it's dangerous. Now, it's not presented as glamorous. Let's see. Okay, someone said arthritis. All right. Never seen it advertised. You know what? That's real, Vernon. That's real. Never seen it advertised. Never seen it advertised. But you would see Jamaica, you would see Turks and Caicos, you would see Cayman Islands, you would see Bermuda, you would see, I haven't seen too many Dominican Republic, but you would know you got to get there some kind of way. So you would, DR would be there, or they would do, when I say never seen, like on mass television, like you would see like a lot of others. I see it on the internet. You get a trip to DR for $4.99, all inclusive, flight included. Now you got to know somebody's getting exploited at that point. Somebody, well, I'd be scared of the plane that I'm getting on at that point. But the point here is that we think about this, and I felt that same way. I was thinking to myself my entire life, if I go to Africa, they're gonna kidnap me. They don't like me. They sold me into slavery. I've never been a slave, but somehow they sold me into slavery. And all of these different things, negative things. Never that you're going to see some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. You're going to meet some of the nicest people in the world. You're going to eat some of the best food you've ever had. You're going to have some of the most tranquil experiences. You're going to find peace that you never knew existed. It's all of these different things. They don't sell that. But then when you get there, it's amazing how many people from the European continent, you see them living their best lives. But yet we are fearful, have to go jump through the hoops in our minds, and we tell people, and why are you going there? But yet our dream trip is to go to London, or to go to Paris, or to go to Amsterdam, or to go to Lisbon, or to go to Frankfurt, or somewhere or Rome. That's the dream trip. But then, for many of us, we're labeled as African American or Black American, and for some reason, we don't even think to want to go to the place where many of us descend from, or a great percentage of us, of our DNA descends from there. So we're breaking that down. That's all I got to say. We're breaking that down. And when people go, the walls come tumbling down. And when the walls of all that misinformation comes tumbling down, people get empowered, and they walk away feeling different. I've seen people go to Ghana twice in the same year. I've seen them go to Egypt twice, Tanzania. I've seen all of this happen because people are able to see for themselves. There's no greater way to learn than seeing for yourself. So, all right, I wanted to just touch on that a little bit. And now here's another thing. Many of us don't have passports, and that's okay. All right, so the first step, you got some homework. Go get that passport. If you don't have that passport, go ahead and start getting that passport. Go to your local post office, check the State Department website, and go ahead and get that process started. But for many of us, we don't have our passports, and so that's something that we're trying to help break that down as well. For me, I was afraid to travel internationally. I didn't want to get on the plane. I thought it was going to take a long time. I just couldn't understand why. It was just better for me to stay in the United States. I was safer there. Forget all the carjackings and the home invasions and mass shootings. Forget all of that. Somehow I'm safer there, and it's better there. And so I was afraid. And once I overcame that fear, it was like on the other side of fear, that was the courage. And that was when, even when I took my first trip to Ghana, I was afraid, but I had to do it scared. And then I had to figure out, why was I afraid? Once I got there was no reason for me to be afraid. And that's the beautiful part, when you understand there's no reason to be afraid. People are people everywhere. So I don't want to romanticize this, but I want to be real about it, to say, some of these things that they're telling us, it's up to us to tear it down, tear these walls down. Then the next thing is this: there were hidden treasures. And hidden treasures benefits of traveling to the continent of Africa as someone of African descent. there were things over there that I would never find in America. Never, never, never. And so these boundaries, I had to begin to tear down. I grew up in the Washington metropolitan area. I was born in Charleston, South Carolina. So pretty much all I knew was the I-95 corridor. That was it. The DMV, DC, I did that every day, went to school, did the whole nine. And then periodically I'd get down to Charleston, South Carolina, the Chuck, the Low Country, my Gullah Geechee folks. But even on the real side of it, the way I was raised, we didn't even want to be Gullah Geechee. We didn't want to be known as Geechee. That was a negative thing. And that's how we were raised, to think that it was something negative about being Geechee. When I understood it, and as I began to learn more, I'm very proud to be Gullah Geechee, have no apologies about it, and look forward to going and spending time at St. Helena Island and Beaufort and all of those, St. John's Island and James Island and that whole area. But again, these narratives shape our mind, and so we don't understand because we're living within the boundaries. And we are thinking, we're believing the school systems, we're believing the systems that we're raised in, and because of that, now we take these narratives wherever we go. So I ventured out as I got a little older. I got grown. I went up to Canada, and then I went over to New Orleans, and then I got grown and went down to Florida. And even as I got real grown, I went down in the Caribbean. I was doing the daggone thing. I hopped on a cruise, and for real, that is a big deal because some people never leave that bubble. They never leave that small little bubble. So for those who do, venture out and even go to the Caribbean and go up into Canada and Mexico and different places and domestically, that's huge. So that's nothing to look down on or think small about or anything like that. It's just that I knew for me that as I was getting older in my life, here I am, this is all I knew. And I had to ask myself, how is it that I'm a fully grown man and I've never even really had an interest to go to the continent of Africa other than if someone said we're going to go on a missions trip, then okay, well, all right, we're going to Africa because we need to go rescue the people. But without realizing much of that mentality is the same mentality of the colonizer that came along and created the destruction in the first place, So I didn't get that deep with it. It was just a matter of me saying to myself, I need to go and see for myself. And that's what I decided to do. And that's when my whole world opened up. My whole world opened up when I decided to shut all of the noise out, get on that plane. If it was going to be 10 hours, because that's what it was to go to Ghana from DC, 10 hours on the plane, then I needed to get on the plane and go 10 hours. I didn't know what was on the other side. I didn't know who was on the other side. I didn't know anything. I just knew I needed to go. And that's what I decided to do. So with that, even within these boundaries, we do the same thing day after day, week after week, year after year. And life passes us by. We have these bucket lists that we never get around to finishing. We keep adding to the bucket list. Saying one day we're going to get there. One day we're going to get there. But how about this, y'all? How many of y'all know today is a new day? It's a new day. It is time to do something different. I think the pandemic taught us very well that it's a new day and it's up to us. And it's time for us to reboot our mindset, reboot our lives, reboot how we're rolling. Because if we don't do it, nobody's going to do it for us. And that's the reality. And if we don't reboot it for ourselves, we got to reboot it for our families, for our children. And that's what we see happening. And that's one of the beautiful parts about this experience, about these experiences, because we have a chance to do that. And this is a family and some folks who decided that they were going to do the reboot. And this can be you.
Open up your eyes and see all the wonder mystery of an African adventure with Darren and Destiny.
The relaxation, the peace that is here and compared to where I live is like, it's amazing.
Oh, the butterflies.
Well, I can't say I come from here, but in my heart, this is it.
It's just been beautiful, being able to see all of the nature, all of the animals. It feels like I'm in a movie.
It was a learning experience just to see, what the country looks like, how beautiful it is, to see that it's not what they show you on TV. It makes me want to see more of Africa, to learn more about Africa.
I had always done a lot of research on different parts of Africa,
So I knew that some of the conceptions of Africa were not true.
We've seen it all. You hear me? Birds. We've seen grass. We've seen it all.
It'll change you within. I mean, you need to see it. I mean, you have to come.
What you want?
Yeah, I tell you, that was a classic experience. But Harry, he wasn't feeling going anywhere to Africa, and then he got there and his whole disposition changed. He's been twice. He's been with us to Tanzania. He's also been to, guess where? South Africa. I saw a question in the chat in reference to the different shots. That's one thing I was also told. Well, another reason why I didn't want to go, because I heard you had to take all these shots. And if you go, you got to take 1 million shots, and you need to do this and you need to do that. And the reality is, most countries, you don't want most countries you don't need anything, but then for those countries you do need something, it's one, and that's yellow fever. And for some of those countries, you can get a medical exemption from that. So when I was told, yeah, you need 10 shots to go, and you need this kind of shot and that kind of shot, I was like, I'm not getting all them shots. What y'all crazy? I'm not getting all them shots. So I'm just gonna stay my behind right here in the United States of America, because I'm not about to get all them shots. If y'all feel me, holler at me and put a 5 in the chat because it was not about to go down. And once I understood that misinformation and the hustle that was happening, the hustle that was going on was that many of these places that were trying do the vaccinations and all of that, what their goal was to do an upsell. So the upsell is to get you to do more of these shots. So now here you are, you're getting this shot and that shot, you got this shot over here and this got this going on and that going on. You know something might happen, this might happen here. And so by the time you go through all of that, first of all, you got $1,500 worth of shots, so their pockets are padded. Now you sore, got all these different things going on, got side effects from all 25 different shots. And then you find out that the people that are living over there, first of all, half of them don't have that problem or haven't even known that particular disease to be around in the past 100 years, and someone just kind of worked the system. Now, I say that if your doctor tells you that you should get something, if you're a medical professional, someone that you trust, and your doctor tells you that they advise you to get certain vaccines, then that's what you do. But as far as the requirements are concerned, and again, it goes back to narratives. When the narrative is told, you don't have to get any shots to go to London. You don't have to get any shots to go to Paris. So what's the deal? Why do I need 10 shots to go to someplace in Africa? So and again, that's just one of the things we want to dispel and break down, because that's obviously that's a concern. I was not feeling it at all myself, because I didn't want any parts of that. To be going through all the different hoops, especially 10 times over. I could deal with 1, maybe 2, but as far as going through all of what I was being told, that was not what I was looking forward to. So here's the next thing real quick. Everyone talked about Europe and Asia, but what about one of the 54 countries in Africa and all of the places with an abundance of people who look like me? That was not popular. Then came the excuses, and here's some of the excuses that I heard along the way. How much, how long is the flight? Am I going to get sick? Is this going to happen? And then I had to think to myself, I said, you know what? And I remember a quick story here. I remember I started talking about going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro at the beginning of 2019. And I put it out there on Facebook, and I said, hey, anybody trying to go climb Kilimanjaro with me? A couple people, yeah, I'm ready to go. But hold on, give me a year. I need to get my money together. As soon as I heard that, I said, I'm climbing Kilimanjaro right now. I said, because I cannot wait for somebody else to join me on this when I'm supposed to go now. And I tell everyone, had I waited for that other person to get their money together, now there's a lesson in this. We can't wait for everybody to join on. Sometimes we have to go on journeys on our own, and then we bring them along later. And later might be 5-10 years later, or might be 6 months later, or whatever. Had I waited for that person to get their money together and all of that, I would have never climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Because I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in August of 2019. March of 2020, the world shut down. I would have had to wait another 2 years in order to do it, which would have pushed me back another 2 years. here we are. This is 2020, the beginning of 2024. But over the course of 2021, I started taking people back to the continent. 2022, 2023. Have people on the ground right now in 2024, and we're looking forward to 25 and 26 and 27. Had I waited on that person, then I would have missed out on all of the hidden treasures that I was supposed to partake of. I would not have been a children's book author. And I'm saying this for you because, and the reason why I say this for you is because who knows what's on the other side of one of these adventures for you, wherever you decide to go. The most beautiful part about travel is that it gives you the opportunity to have a 5 sensory experience. You're going to see it, hear it, taste, touch, smell, all those different things. See it, the whole nine. You're going to have the opportunity to do that for yourself. And we work hard, we play hard, and so now it's time for us to make this thing happen. And that's the part about it that I believe, and that's, I love to see it happen for other people. It would have cost me hidden treasure had I counted too much. How much would it have cost me to stay within the boundaries? It would have cost me the hidden treasures. How much would it have cost me? It would have cost me the hidden treasure. Again, like I said, I wouldn't be a children's book author. I wouldn't have been to all of these different countries. I would not have created the documentary about Tanzania, which is on Amazon Prime Video. All of these things would not have happened. I'd still be in America trying to figure it out. All of the education, the things that I've seen, the people that have come along, here we are, the perspective that has changed. I do not see Africa the same way. The confidence level that's there right there on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, made it to the top of Uhuru Peak, here in Seychelles, some of the most therapeutic times of my life, traveling, able to clear my mind. Yeah, how much it would have cost me? It would cost me a lot. On so many different levels. And so what have I discovered? I discovered peace on the continent and many other places, Costa Rica and Panama, Colombia, so many places. I found it when I was able to break out of that mold. So what hidden treasures await you in Africa? That's the question. Could it be therapeutic? Could it be adventure? Could it be, maybe you're just supposed to relax and enjoy? Time to get out of that rat race. What awaits you? And again, another question may be, who are these adventures for? I talk about the Gen Z and young millennials all the time because I wish I would have, should have, could have traveled when I was younger, but I didn't have the mindset to do it. And I'm so happy when I see so many young folks coming on our travel experiences because now they can tear down these walls earlier in their lives. And then for the boomers and Gen X, for you, you've worked hard, raised a family, you have some resources. Now you want to go travel the world and continue to educate yourself because now as your wisdom continues to grow, now your experience grows and you can go share that with others. And that is so, so important. So here we are. Y'all ready to talk about South Africa? Y'all ready to go to South Africa with us? Well, South Africa is a special place. And when I say that, it is one, I don't have a favorite country. I tell people all the time, I don't have a favorite country. If everybody thinks Ghana's my favorite country, I love Ghana. Ghana has my heart. Ghana does have my heart. It's not my favorite country, though. It's not my favorite. But South Africa is definitely one of my favorite countries, and we're going to be curating experiences for you to go and have and encounter in South Africa. This is one of our upscale experiences between Joburg and Cape Town. For those who've never been, you'll love it. That's one thing I know. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. And don't take my word for it. Here's a young man that many of you know, and he's actually from South Africa.
Hi, I'm Trevor Noah, and I'm South African. And because I'm South African, people from all over the world insist on asking me questions about South Africa. So, I decided to make an ad to answer some of those fascinating questions. Like, how cold and snowy is your Christmas? Well, Tracy, unfortunately, we can't afford snow. Nah, I'm just playing. We're in the Southern Hemisphere, which means when it's freezing in Connecticut, it's fantastic in Cape Town. Klaus sent me this one. Can you play golf in South Africa? Well, Klaus, we actually have some of the finest golf courses in the world, but judging by your 37 handicap, can you play golf? How many stars are your 5-star hotels? Ryan wants to know, can I meet the lions? Well, I don't know if you want to meet them, but you can see them on safari. And get this, it's not just lions, Ryan. We've got everything. There's elephants, there's rhinos, there's giraffes, there's buffaloes, there's leopards. Come on, man, expand your horizons. Ostriches. Is South Africa fun? Is it fun? Are you even watching this commercial, Michelle? Paragliding, bungee jumping, surfing, river rafting, shark cage diving, hot air balloons, hiking, cycling, wine tasting, whatever this guy's doing. Does that not look like fun to you, Michelle? Does that not look like fun? So, now that I've shown you South Africa, my only question is, when are you coming to experience it for yourself?
There it is. When are you coming to experience South Africa for yourself? Because guess what? It is a special place, and everyone who goes has their own encounter. Y'all don't believe me? Let me show you some more folks and the great time they had in South Africa.
Maximum impact in the building. Woo! Let's get it, baby. Period.
Everybody want to get y'all stuff. Everybody want to get
Yes, that's just a little snapshot inside of a maximum impact travel experience in South Africa, because guess what? That is what we do. And as you see our production value and the quality of what we're bringing to you, that should give you a sign of how we prepare for our travel experiences, and the fact that we take the time to come along. And one thing that we do with our travel experiences, we give you culture training. So you just don't show up in a country unprepared. We make sure you're prepared, and we walk you through the process because we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to be safe. We want you to feel comfortable. And when that happens, then one, you're proud to tell your family and friends about it. That's why we have so many affiliates. They're sharing with their family and friends. We have so many travel partners. Shout out to Urban Intellectuals, one of our major travel partners. We travel all over Africa with them. And so we're excited about it, actually going to Brazil with them as well. And so people see what's going on here with Maximum Impact, and they understand that we take this seriously. For me, this is more than just taking people on trips. I want us, those of us who grew up in the U.S., to have this experience. And I could wait for someone else to do it. I could talk about it. But for me, it's much deeper than that, because our stories are so intertwined, especially with South Africa, especially with the history that occurred there. Oftentimes we hear about our civil rights movement in the U.S., and we primarily hear about Nelson Mandela and Winnie Mandela coming out of South Africa, but there were so many other people who were fighting against the British and the Dutch, and then in Namibia with the Germans, which used to, at one point in time, used to be a part of that South African region. And when you begin to see the similarities in the stories, and you understand that this wasn't that long ago, this was actually in many of our lifetimes where this was taking place, in the strides of the South African people, it is something that'll warm your heart, and you have a tremendous respect for them. So now let me take you inside of what this experience, this South African experience, looks like, and what you can expect from Maximum Impact Travel.
Greetings, travelers. Welcome to the captivating realm of South Africa, where adventure beckons at every twist and turn. Prepare to immerse yourselves in the vibrant tapestry of South African culture, history, and natural splendor. From the lively thoroughfares of Johannesburg to the awe-inspiring panoramas of Cape Town, this expedition guarantees an indelible journey you'll be reluctant to miss. Upon setting foot in Johannesburg, known as the City of Gold, your odyssey commences. Leave behind the hassle of taxis or car rentals. We've arranged a private shuttle to whisk you away to your hotel. After settling in, take a moment to unwind and relax. Tonight, we'll convene with a delightful dinner at a local eatery while we discuss the exhilarating itinerary ahead. Prepare yourselves as your South African sojourn is about to unfurl. Roam the dynamic streets of Johannesburg with the curiosity of a local, uncovering hidden treasures and cultural enclaves at every corner. From bustling markets to chic cafes, there's something to captivate every wanderer in this vibrant city. And for our vegetarian and vegan guests, rest assured, we've curated a plethora of delectable options to tantalize your taste buds. Immerse yourselves in South Africa's rich tapestry of history with a tour of Soweto Township, retracing the footsteps of luminaries like Nelson Mandela. Traverse the Mandela Family Museum, soak in the vibrant ambiance of a traditional shebeen, and pay homage at the storied Regina Mundi Catholic Church. It's an expedition that promises to deepen your appreciation of South Africa's past and present. Brace yourselves for a day teeming with adventure with a full-day safari experience. Accompanied by seasoned game rangers, we'll traverse the African bush, encountering majestic creatures such as lions, elephants, and zebras in their natural habitat. And fret not about currency exchange. Our team stands ready to facilitate any monetary conversions you may require, ensuring a seamless journey. Following an exhilarating time in Johannesburg, it's time to venture to Cape Town, fondly known as the Mother City. A private transfer awaits to convey you to your opulent accommodations, where you can rejuvenate before delving into the wonders of Cape Town. And for our nocturnal revelers and fashion enthusiasts, Cape Town offers a vibrant nightlife and fashion scene to indulge in.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. You check. 2, 3, 4. Hey. 2, 3, 4. Hey. 2, 3, 4. And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uncover the iconic landmarks of Cape Town, from the towering Table Mountain to the historic Robben Island Prison. Stroll leisurely along the Victoria and Alfred waterfront, where you can peruse boutiques, savor delectable cuisine, and bask in the breathtaking views of our harbor. And have peace of mind. Our team is at your service to facilitate any currency conversions, ensuring a seamless voyage throughout your sojourn. Embark on a scenic voyage along the Cape Peninsula, marveling at the awe-inspiring vistas and pristine coastlines. Explore the Cape of Good Hope, witness the convergence of the Atlantic and Indian Oceans, and encounter a colony of native penguins in their natural habitat. For our connoisseurs of wine, our Wineland excursion offers an opportunity to savor South Africa's finest vintages, with options for lunch and wine tasting at esteemed vineyards. As our Platinum experience draws to a close, we trust you've relished every moment of your South African expedition. After a scrumptious breakfast at your accommodations, bid adieu to the Mother City as we make our way to Cape Town International Airport. Count on our team to ensure a seamless transition, allowing you to reflect on your unforgettable journey with cherished memories. Until we meet again, bon voyage, adventurers, and we eagerly await your return for another Maximum Impact experience.
And that's how it goes. You have an opportunity to go up as a part of our South African Platinum experience. This is an upscale experience, and it is one that you will not regret. Again, as you see, the excitement for those from those who've been on the travel, on the experience, and then we took you inside of the experience. You get to spend some time with Tuwani, and she does sips with soul, and you get the authentic wine tasting in South Africa. You do Table Mountain in Cape Town. You get the history at Robben Island, and then this is in Cape Town. And then when you're in Johannesburg, you do the Johannesburg tour. You get a chance to shop. I know we have some shoppers out there. If you're a shopper, put a 4 in the chat. If you want to be able to shop, we'll make sure you have the opportunity to do that. Johannesburg has some of the most spectacular malls I've seen in the world. And I mean, I've been quite a few places. And between Sandton City Mall and Mall of Africa, they rank right up there at the top of the list for malls in the world. And so again, when you have this well-rounded experience, you get the history, you get the culture, and then you have the adventure along the way. You have the safari that's a part of the experience, the platinum experience. I tell you, every time I go on this, anytime I'm in South Africa, I'm always enjoying it. I'm always posting about it, and I always look forward to our Maximum Impact Travel family being a part of this experience and sharing this experience as well. As a matter of fact, I do have from the history side. Here's a little bit here. What a lot of folks don't realize. Some people do, some people don't, but take a look, and here's Kayana again.
Now, isn't it crazy that a couple of years ago, not years, isn't it crazy that a couple of decades ago, I couldn't do this? But I need you to watch me now. Come on.
When they complete a certain section, they target the black spots in the city. Then the trucks will go, take all the belongings,
all I have to say is, did anybody look scared? Anybody look nervous? Anybody look anything like that? We look like we were having a good time. So I want to let you know that this is a part of the Platinum Experience. Also to let you know, run down a few details. Vegan and vegetarians, no worries at all. There are plenty of options, all right? As a matter of fact, Johannesburg is really just like Atlanta or any other major U.S. city. Same thing with Cape Town. It reminds me a lot of Miami or L.A. Kind of has that vibe, maybe more of a L.A.-ish kind of vibe in Cape Town. For those who need, because South Africa is a great place. If you're like, listen, I'm not ready to dive into the deep water yet. I just want to put my feet in. South Africa is a great place to put your feet in and really get some warm water. And then the other thing is to let everybody know that we do, because the question is, okay, I'm ready. I want to go on this trip with you, but now how does this work? Well, one, we do have payment plans for those who do prefer the payment plan option. Obviously, you can pay in full, but let me take you and tell you where to go to. You want to go to MaximumImpactTravel.com. All right, MaximumImpactTravel.com. And this is what's going to come up on that page right here. All right, Maximum Impact. When you go, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to tell you all the different destinations and everything. And guess what? You're going to see South Africa, right? And you're going to click on South Africa. Now, and this is what happens when you get your affiliate, your affiliate, you go to their link, the link that they give you, you use that link, all right? And then when you click that link, it's going to take you to this same place, this exact same place. So then you're going to see the destinations. You're going to click on South Africa, and South Africa is going to come up, and it's going to talk about the Platinum Experience. It's going to give you the full rundown on everything. So you can take some time, learn some fun facts about it. You can see some pictures of the experience, the itineraries there, and then the upcoming tour dates, 2024, and we're going to actually add one coming up in December. And so we have 2024, 25, guess what, and 26. So then, let's say you want to join us in November 2024. All right, so then you click on the link, and then it's going to take you to the dates. And then when you go to the dates, you'll have a chance to go through everything, all the details, what's included. So the ground transportation, hotel accommodations, hotel amenities, all of the rundown is here. It tells you what's not included. So your passport is not included. You do not need a visa for South Africa. You do not need a visa, and you don't need any vaccinations for South Africa at all. No vaccinations at all for South Africa. We strongly encourage travel insurance for South Africa in any international destination with the medical option. It does not include that. It does not include your gratuities, and it does not include lunch and dinner. So here you go. So here's the pricing. This gives you the rundown for single occupancy per person. It's going to be, let's see, wind this up a little bit. There we go. All right. All right, $56.74. You click on that, and then you go to add to cart. And when you click on add to cart, it tells you, well, you don't need 3 people on there. How about that? So let's update the cart. There we go. And you're able to see everything right here. You enter your information, and it will show you after you enter your information, it will show you what the payments are. It'll give you the rundown before you click anything. So you do your terms and conditions, you do your signature, and then if you want to do a deposit or if you want to pay in full, you have the option. It just depends on how you want to do it. And then it walks you through the whole process, and you can see it all spelled out right in front of you. And it'll spell it out for you as you are, once you enter your information in. And so that it's a very easy turnkey process, and you can navigate. You have different options. If you want to use Affirm, if you want to use your Apple Pay, it just depends on how you want to do it. You can set it up, whichever payment platform you look to choose, and that is an easy way for you to be able to do this with South Africa. And it's actually all of the trips that we have. You can do this. So you would just simply go to the website, you click on destinations, and then it will give you all of the details. And for those who are interested in becoming affiliates, you click on that affiliate link up top. If you want to become one, you want to learn how to join the team, you can do that as well. And it gives you the rundown, the payout scale, all of that good stuff right there on MaximumImpactTravel.com. And so that's something that you can do, and it makes it very easy. You'll be able to see what the payment schedules are, and you can navigate and see what we are offering in the different destinations that we're going to. So so that's just something I want to make sure everybody is able to see. Very easy process. And as you're setting everything up, you're able to look and see what the prices are, the double occupancy prices, the single occupancy prices, and then from there, you can make your determination. Now, I got something for you. I told you I had a special offer, right? I did say that a little earlier, right? All right, so if you decide that you want to go to South Africa with us, here is what you can do. In the coupon code, in the coupon section, you type the word Summit. You type the word Summit, and we'll take $300 off until March 1st, 2024. So that's per person, $300 off per person. And so while the summit is going, we're going to be here tonight, tomorrow, all the way until the 29th. And so you have a chance to take $300 off until that. And this is as many trips as you, if you decide you want to go to South Africa and Kenya, and you want to go to Zambia and Zimbabwe, you can do that for each one of the trips per person. And so that is the special offer where you can take $300 off until March 1st, 2024. And I would say to all affiliates, get the word out, let your folks know that that's what they can do. They can take $300 off of their trip. So guess what? Tell your friends and family to let them know that this is what they can do, and just make sure and to let them know. And I'm letting everyone know to use your affiliate's link so that you can make sure they get what they need and you get what you need, and that'll be a wonderful thing. So now everybody, it's a win-win, and you get a chance to have a great time in South Africa. So that's the deal for that particular. For that particular trip, and it's actually going to be for all of the trips. Just to give you a heads up, Kenya is going to have the same special offering. So Kenya is going to have it as well as Zambia and Zimbabwe. And Zambia and Zimbabwe actually an add-on to the South Africa trip, but you can do it on its own as well. So it just depends. However you want to do it, we can make that happen for you. It's good to do it as an add-on to South Africa, but if not, you can do it as a solo. So now, guess what? Next up, let's talk about Kenya. The Kenya experience. How many of you all, well, I know some people, I saw Kenya I saw quite a few people in Kenya have visited Kenya in the comments. Quite a few people in the comments about Kenya. So that is really cool. Now I'm going to come back to some of these questions. So now I'm going to keep moving because I don't want to get bogged down in questions. And then, so I'm going to come back to some of the questions. I'll answer some of the questions along the way, but we're going to keep it moving because I know folks want to respect people's time and everything. So we're going to go through Kenya and take you through that experience. And then as you learn more about Kenya, then you'll have a chance to make a decision. Maybe you do South Africa and Kenya. Let's see.
Welcome, adventurers, to the enchanting land of East Africa. Get ready to be swept off your feet as we dive into the rich tapestry of Kenya's culture, wildlife, and natural wonders. From magnificent beaches to captivating wildlife, this journey promises to be an unforgettable experience you won't want to miss. As you step foot into Nairobi, the heartbeat of Kenya, your adventure begins. Forget about the hassle of taxis and car rentals. We've got a private shuttle waiting to whisk you away to your hotel. After settling in, it's time to unwind and get ready for the adventure ahead. Join us for dinner, where you'll meet the team and get a preview of the exciting itinerary that awaits you. Get ready, because your Kenyan escapade is about to unfold. Nairobi, a vibrant metropolis bursting with energy and diversity. With a population larger than major cities like Los Angeles and Toronto, this bustling capital is a melting pot of cultures and experiences. From its fabulous food scene to its thriving tech industry, Nairobi has something for everyone. And with countless adventures just a stone's throw away, it's the perfect starting point for your exploration of Kenya. Our journey begins with a visit to Kibera, often dubbed the largest urban slum in Africa. But Within its bustling streets lies a story of resilience, ingenuity, and community spirit. Led by a local guide, you'll gain a deeper understanding of life in Kibera and witness firsthand the strength of its people. Next stop, the world-famous Giraffe Center, where you'll come face-to-face with the majestic Rothschild giraffes. Get ready for a once-in-a-lifetime experience as you feed these gentle giants and capture the perfect snapshot. And remember, your visit supports vital conservation efforts to protect these endangered animals. Step back in time at the Bomas of Kenya, a living museum celebrating the country's diverse tribal heritage. Immerse yourself in traditional dances, sample authentic cuisine, and explore replicas of tribal villages. It's a cultural journey you won't soon forget. Buckle up for a half-day safari adventure where you'll embark on a thrilling journey through Kenya's breathtaking landscapes. Keep your eyes peeled for the Big Five: lions, leopards, rhinos, elephants, and buffaloes as you traverse the wild terrain in search of these magnificent creatures. At the Elephant Orphanage, you'll witness the incredible work of the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust as they rescue and rehabilitate orphaned baby elephants. Get ready to be moved by their stories and support their conservation efforts to protect Kenya's precious wildlife. Dive into Kenya's rich history and heritage at the Nairobi National Museum. From anthropology to natural history, this museum offers a fascinating glimpse into the country's past and present. Learn about the Mau Mau Uprising and explore captivating exhibits that showcase Kenya's diverse culture and art. Experience the warmth and hospitality of the Maasai people as you spend the day with a local family. Learn traditional crafts, indulge in a home-cooked barbecue, and engage in meaningful conversations with elders and youth. It's an authentic cultural immersion you won't find anywhere else. For a bird's-eye view of Nairobi, head to the iconic Kenyatta International Convention Center. From its rooftop helipad, soak in panoramic views of the city's skyline and marvel at the vibrant tapestry of colors below. Journey to Lake Nakuru, where the shimmering waters of the Great Rift Valley await. Keep your camera ready as you spot a plethora of wildlife, including zebras, gazelles, and the iconic pink flamingos that flock to these shores every year. From the tranquil shores of Lake Nakuru, we make our way to Diani Beach, Africa's leading beach destination. Dive into crystal clear waters, soak up the sun on pristine sands, or embark on a thrilling snorkeling adventure. It's the perfect paradise retreat. Explore the vibrant streets of Mombasa, Kenya's coastal gem, where history and culture intertwine. Wander through the historic Old Town, marvel at the majestic Fort Jesus, and immerse yourself in the rich tapestry of Swahili culture. Our journey concludes with a visit to the Kaya Kinoto Sacred Forest, a UNESCO World Heritage Site steeped in history and tradition. Explore lush forests, encounter unique flora and fauna, and learn about the sacred significance of this ancestral land. As we bid farewell to the soul-stirring landscapes and warm hospitality of Kenya, we carry with us memories that will last a lifetime. But before you go, rest assured that we've got you covered. From accommodations to transportation, vegetarian and vegan food options to currency exchange, we've taken care of every detail to ensure your comfort and convenience. Until we meet again, may your adventures continue to inspire and enrich your spirit. Safe travels, adventurers.
All right. there we are. Kenya has so much to offer. You know, one of the things you see a lot of safaris, especially when you're in East Africa and South Africa, that part of the world. If you even come up through Mozambique and Zambia, Zimbabwe, you'll see a lot of safaris. Yeah, ironically, if you have a safari in Ghana, but it's not the same. It's not the same, y'all. It's not the same. So we don't even offer it in Ghana. Ghana has so much more to offer other than safaris. You can get your safaris in the East and the South and yeah, we stick to the East and the South. And some of the central areas have some nice safaris as well. But listen, when it comes to Kenya, Kenya has a history that is oftentimes we don't know about. The British in particular, they colonized Kenya and really put their imprint on Kenya. But there were those who were resisting and through some of the different uprisings, and you see the resilience of the Kenyan people. And you see, even when it comes to the Maasai people, how they were, and they're between Kenya and Tanzania. Obviously, these borders are artificial borders that were made up during the Berlin Conference. But you begin to see how the Maasai held on to most of their traditional ways for thousands of years. And so when you go to a Maasai village and you go into their homes and you see how they live, it's different from how we live. Just like with Kibera. You know, someone say, well, why would we go to Kibera? Because when you go to Kibera and you see how the culture is and how they have this system and how it works, you begin to understand, wait a minute, there's something special about the people in Africa, and then in particular in Kenya. And so you're going to have some of the best food. You're going to have Kenya. Nairobi is known for its nightlife, and so is Mombasa. Diani Beach is one of the most spectacular beaches in the world. It is a top-notch experience. And someone was asking about how we roll. And I just say it like that. How we roll is that we give you, what we try to do is make it mid-tier, and we're going to be offering our ultra luxury level that's going to be coming soon. But we want to make it where it's affordable, but we also want to make it where it's something that someone can enjoy, and then they don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about your accommodations. You don't have to worry about your transportation. You don't have to worry about where you're going to eat because we've thought it through. I've been to these places. You see me in many of the videos. So that tells you right there, for me to go, it's like, well, okay, I'm not going to take you someplace I wouldn't go. And I have a little bit of that bourgeois in me too now, just a little touch of that bourgeois. So I like nice things. I can adapt culturally in a nice way, but I still like to, when I go to sleep, I like to know that I'm going to sleep comfortably, and what I'm eating, I like to know that I'm going to eat and do my very best to not have any gastro issues or anything like that. So I take that and I put that same energy. I mean, we meet for hours and hours and hours planning these trips. We just had folks come back from the Gullah Geechee experience. We just had folks come back from Amsterdam. And I was recently in Central and South America because we're planning this for you. All right, we're planning it so that when you come, you know that we've put the time and care and effort into it. And so that's why we're so excited about it. So again, the offer for Kenya, if you're interested in going to Kenya, let me bring this up, Summit, type that word in, $300 off until March 1st, 2024 at the end of the summit. And all you have to do, go to MaximumImpactTravel.com. Here you get the destinations and you figure out which one you want to go to. You might click all of them. You might say, I'm just trying to go to each one of everything you got up there I want to go to. So you click on Kenya and it will come up. And there you go. You can walk through all the different dates that we have. And so right now we're going to be adding some dates, but these are the ones that we're featuring right now for 2024 and 2025. And you just click right there on, let's say if you want to go in October, you click on it and then everything will come up. The same as for South Africa. And you just walk through it. We've spent a lot of time on our websites and updating our website. And we've migrated over. That's a whole nother story I could tell you about that process because we want to offer the very best. And again, we meet around the clock, and really literally around the clock, preparing for you. And again, you can scroll through the itinerary. You can see everything right here, day by day. It tells you everything that's coming up. So any questions you have, just scroll through and you can get the answers. And if you have any additional questions, you can reach out to us right there on the website, and we'll make sure that we answer your question. So again, if you decide that you want to book, and you click the cart. Well, let's say, no, you don't want to do the full amount. Okay, I got a full cart. Look at my cart. Here I am. This might be your cart. You might be going to South Africa and Kenya. Come on with it, y'all. All right. So you, as you're going through the whole process, all right, let's see here. All right, let me see. So you type your name in, and as you type your name in, let's see. As you go through, okay, there we go. You type all of your information and you fill out all the questions here. And as you complete all of the questions, then there you go. You see your coupon discount right there. You type something in, you got your discount. Y'all see that? Just want y'all to see that, all right? So you fill out all the information, terms and conditions, do your signature, and then, but let me go back here. I want to go back to the option, because I think I moved a little fast. Let's see. All right. I'm going to go back. And I'm navigating this just like anyone else would. So that's why I want everyone to see how easy the process is. So I go to Learn More. You click on it, and then you come back. You pick your dates. And also to let you know, you don't have to go on the dates. You know, if you want to do a custom trip, we have that option as well. So that is, if you want to do a group trip, come on. I encourage you to sign up as an affiliate. But if you have a group trip that you're interested in, please feel free. And this is also, breakfast is included, lunch and dinner are not. So just to be mindful of that. All right, so let's see. All right, so we're going to add this to, I didn't mean to do that. Again, I did the same thing again. See, I'm normal like everybody else. All right, let me go through it again. So when you're clicking through it, what I wanted to do was to click the one that said pay deposit, so you can see what the deposit structure was like. And me moving fast, I'm just clicking too fast. Here we go. And then we're going to jump into Zambia and Zimbabwe, and we'll be out of your way. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in one or all three of these destinations. All right, so now pay deposit. There we go. So it tells you the different payment plans. So this is coming up soon. So with it coming up soon, let's say you do 6 months. Let's see. All right. So payable today tells you what the payment amount is going to be today. And I'm trying to see why it's not letting me scroll through. But it gives you an idea. $839.85 today, since the trip is coming up in October. So that's how it breaks down. So the future payments are going to be $839.65. So basically your deposit is going to be your first, your monthly installment. So your first payment is going to be your monthly installment. And then the split payments, there you go. If you just want to do 2 payments, you can do it like that as well. And again, if you want to do the six-month plan, it's doing 1 month, 2 months, and it's based upon when you sign up. It is a very, very easy process that you can enjoy. And again, let me bring this up so you see the word summit. You saw me type in the word summit. You saw it come off. There we go. Type the word summit. $300 off until March 1st, 2024. All right, can y'all believe it's 2024? It was 1984 the other day. Now here it is 2024. What were y'all doing in 84? Dancing to Michael Jackson. Come on with it. All right. So, and now to also explain to everybody, we do not handle international airfare. This is without international airfare. International airfare is separate. But we do have a travel agent we can connect you with if you're interested in booking your flight with someone. But typically, if you're going to fly to East Africa, it's going to be between Kenya Airways or Ethiopian Airways. All Emirates flies to the east. You can look at South African Airways if you're going to South Africa. Delta has a direct flight going out of Atlanta into Joburg. So there are a lot of different options if you want to get down to South Africa. But the flights, just depends on how you want to fly. Some people like business class, some people like economy, some people like comfort plus. It just depends on what your preferences are. But this does not include international airfare, just to let everyone know. And again, once you get on one of these trips, all right, because the thing is that we, Miss Harriet, she said it one time. She said she was in South Africa, And she said, I wonder if you all use an algorithm to select the people that come on these trips, because we could not have picked a more perfect group. And that's what she said. She said she'd been to South Africa 3 times prior. And by far her experience with us was the best. We made sure that we supported local businesses, local Black-owned businesses, because that's important, because some places will say that they are African or Kenyan, but they'll be straight up European. And so they will culture vulture the situation. And we are intentional about taking our money and our resources to those who have been exploited, and we want to make sure that the opportunities with this $1.6 trillion economic power that we have as African descended people in the diaspora in the U.S., that we're able to take that money back and replenish some of the resources. So that's important to us. That's why you see us encouraging Tuani there in South Africa, and you'll see what we do with going to the Maasai village in Tanzania. I'm sorry. And what we do, we go to Maasai village in Tanzania, but as well as in Kenya as well. And you'll see that in the documentary, why it's important for us to take our resources and share. All right, so one more to go, and then I'll jump into more of these questions. One more, and I know you all definitely would like to learn more about Zambia and Zimbabwe. So let's take a look at these falls and what they have to offer.
I'm here in Zimbabwe, and we're going to be in Zambia as well. We're going to take you around this spectacular world wonder. So stick around, more on the way.
Welcome to Zimbabwe and Zambia, where thrilling adventures await at every turn. Prepare to embark on an extraordinary journey as we uncover the marvels of Victoria Falls and delve deep into the vibrant culture of this captivating country. From heart-touching encounters with majestic creatures to pulse-pounding escapades on the Zambezi River, this expedition guarantees an indelible experience you'll cherish forever. Now, let's touch on the topic of currency exchange. No need to worry about converting your money. Our team will be on hand to assist you every step of the way, ensuring you have the local currency required for your adventures in Zimbabwe and Zambia. Upon your arrival in Zambia, you will swiftly be transported to your hotel in comfort and style, courtesy of our air-conditioned vehicles. Once you've settled in, take some time to relax and prepare for the exciting journey ahead. Join us for dinner, where you'll have the opportunity to meet the team and get a sneak peek of the thrilling itinerary that lies ahead. Your Victoria Falls adventure is just beginning. Rise and shine, adventurers! After enjoying a hearty breakfast, get ready for an unforgettable encounter with gentle giants at the Elephant Cafe. Learn about a remarkable herd of rescue elephants and experience the chance to interact with these majestic creatures up close. Later in the evening, embark on a unique excursion aboard the luxurious Royal Livingstone Express steam train. Indulge in a scrumptious 5-course meal while soaking in the spectacular sunset view of Victoria Falls. It's an exquisite dining experience fit for royalty. Today, we'll delve into the rich cultural heritage of Zambia. Explore Mukuni Village, one of Zambia's oldest settlements dating back to the 13th century. Immerse yourself in the daily life of the locals as you engage with residents and gain insight into their traditions. Following that, embark on a leisurely cruise along the Zambezi River, where you'll enjoy a delectable lunch amidst breathtaking scenery. In the afternoon, visit the Livingstone Museum, Zambia's oldest museum, and discover the captivating history that has shaped this vibrant nation.
What's happening, everybody? I'm here at Mosi Oyotunya, also known as Victoria Falls.
Get ready for an exhilarating day of adventure at Mosi Watunya, also known as Victoria Falls. Take your pick from an array of thrilling activities, including whitewater rafting on the Zambezi River, lion encounters, or a scenic helicopter ride over the majestic falls. For the adventurous souls, consider a daring swim atop the falls at the renowned Devil's Pool. Alternately, if you prefer a more relaxed morning, take some time to unwind and enjoy the comforts of your hotel. In the afternoon, cross the border into Zimbabwe for iconic views of Mosi Watunya, where your day will be filled with unforgettable experiences. As the sun sets on your Victoria Falls adventure, it's time to bid farewell to this enchanting destination. After a satisfying breakfast, gather your belongings and head to the airport, where a driver will be waiting to escort you to your next destination. Whether you choose to continue your travels in Johannesburg or embark on another maximum impact experience, we look forward to welcoming you back soon for more extraordinary adventures.
Oh yeah, I tell you, those falls are something special. Mosi Oyatunyan, I prefer to call it by its indigenous name versus Victoria Falls. So I do mention that in just about everything that I talk about. But I know most people understand it or recognize it as Victoria Falls. So, so we do, just for the sake of communication. But here's some other clips from the time I had right there in Zimbabwe, because you get the steam train. It's really cool. It's a really nice experience. Check it out.
This was built in 1952. I'm about to go in and going to give it that toot toot. Going to give it that toot toot. Running her head through my, I'm not supposed to sing that no more. I was like, sorry. How you know I'm saying that? Thank you. Steam engine.
Take a seat.
I'll take a seat.
Yeah.
Woo!
Take a seat. This is my one, yeah? You take your coat like that one, yeah. Like that. You can do this.
Everybody all aboard. Everybody all aboard. Gonna burn rubber on me, Charlie. Oh no, no, no. Nice.
Nice. You can see that's our purpose.
Woo. Right now I'm standing in no man's land. Right here, I step across this line. I am in Zambia. I come over here, I'm in no man's land. But now I step on this line, I'm in Zimbabwe. I'm in Zimbabwe, and there's no way I can do both. I'd be doing a split. But you're right here on the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Oyo Osi Tunya. Mosi Oyo Tunya. The falls. I'm gonna get it right because I refuse to call it Victoria Falls. And down below, you have the boiling pot, all kind of stuff going on down there. Hey, it is what it is, but a permanent rainforest. So, wonderful place to be. Perfect weather. See people from Rwanda are here. It's good to see. It's letting us know. He's blowing his top. It's blowing his top. Down there. Get a shot of that. Blowing his top. We're now on the dinner train. Classic 1952 steam train. As we're going back into Zambia. And we're gonna have a nice dinner. 5-course meal. Great staff, great ambiance. Just something different. You have the falls over to your left, outside the window. And then you have the river. What an amazing experience here in Zambia and Zimbabwe. And you can be a part of it. All you have to do, check us out.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm here back in Zambia on the other side of Mosi Oyatunyan. Y'all know it as Victoria Falls. I'm not giving it that credit because we're going to recognize one of the indigenous names that we're giving. And it's right on my shoulder. So this is the backside. Beautiful scene, beautiful. You can see the current moving towards. Can you imagine? Like if you are on a boat or a raft and you see this coming up, all you have to do is miss it, tell you the story. So you got to make a decision. You're going to grab onto something, you're going to do something. You got to figure that thing out. But this is where we are, another one of nature's amazing wonders. And it's in Africa. It's in Africa. So we want to bring you so you can experience it for yourself. It's nothing like being here in person. It's one thing for you to see this video, it's another thing for you to be here. So you have my personal invitation to join us on a maximum impact travel experience in Zambia and right across there, Zimbabwe, as part of our Southern Africa tour. People literally out on a boat. They're going against it. Is that a tour? Oh, look at that. All right. I gave him a thumbs up. That's one tour. That's a tour and a half right there. If that boat engine goes out, they have a problem. And they would be calling Houston, we have a problem. they would be saying Zimbabwe, Zambia, we have a problem. Check that out. But they're fighting against that current, though. They're fighting. All these niggas out here, they dare to go out into the ocean. And, I want to say the ocean. What's wrong with it? The river or whatever this is before these falls. And people are just chilling, having a good time. I mean, really, just. I'm not feeling that on that. Whoa. That's one tour. But knowing my crazy behind, I'll probably find myself out there. And I'll be the one with the boat goes out. But anyway, so there they are, taking pictures, having a good time. Hey, it is what it is. So listen, these are the 3 amazing experiences that you can partake of as a part of, and again, this is the first night of the summit as we're talking about the different destinations that you can go to. And yes, we like to make sure that you have this opportunity to be able to share it with your family and friends. And the track record is there. We have so many people who've been on our trips, and you hear their words and how they feel about it. And because they're so excited about it, that's what encourages us to keep going and keep going. They want to see more places. They want to explore, and we want to invite you to join us as a part of the exploration. Here's what Brandy had to say about it.
We are, should I say, spoiled over there, and we come and see how all the resources are over here, and it's very important for us to come over here so we can see where the resources are. It's just the peace, the serenity, the gratitude of the people, you all as family, I get to take back. You know, I didn't have you when I first came over here, but I do consider you all as family. And I don't know, it's just the beginning of something. I can't tell you because I'm still seeking for myself, so it's kind of hard. I just want to say thank you to Jay, because if it wasn't for me finding him on YouTube and making me feel safe to travel alone over here, it wouldn't have never happened. So I just want to thank him and, you know, Maximum Impact Travels for this opportunity.
All right, thank you so much, Brandy. Brandy's been with us to Egypt and to Ghana and, of course, Tanzania. So we're excited about her continued experiences and all of what she's doing, and that she's actually making some pretty major moves. I'm excited. Again, so now here's the deal. You can go, one, if your affiliate is giving you, your friend, your family, if they're an affiliate of Maximum Impact Travel, be sure to use their link to click, and then you can navigate and see everything that's going on. When you go to the website, you can find all of the pricing information, all the details. We're getting shout out to Jasmine. She's working behind the scenes, so she's answering questions. Again, you can go to the website, and when you go to the website, you can click on destinations, and destinations will take you to every place that we go to. All right, so tonight we're talking about South Africa, Kenya, and Zambia, Zimbabwe. So you can go and you can see, scroll through, and Zambia, Zimbabwe, we encourage that to be an add-on to South Africa. But if not, if you want to go there only, that's fine. But you see, we go to Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Senegal, the Gambia. We go to Tanzania, Zanzibar, Brazil. We're going to be sharing Colombia and Panama. We go to Ghana. We go to Egypt. So we go to a lot of different places, and all you have to do, go to the website. When you go, it'll give you all the details. If you want to become an affiliate, you can do that too. So if you want to you can use your affiliate link for yourself if you want to. How about that? You can sign up as an affiliate, then you can book, and you can take advantage of that opportunity. Now that's real cool. So you can do that as well. So that we're making this let me come back over to the screen here. What we're trying to do is to make this as much of a win-win across the board, because some of you are influencers in your own right. You may be, maybe you're not even, on social media, but you might know, and this might be your one time on social media. Maybe somebody shared the link with you, but you may be an influencer in your community or your sphere of influence, and you want to share this with them. Then that's fine. I encourage you to become an affiliate and take advantage of the opportunity and take advantage of the different discounts and all of that. That's how we make it work, and it's a win-win across the board. And that's the best way to do it. So that way the people on the ground are winning, you're winning, everybody's winning, and that's how we create these experiences. That's how we're able to offer top quality experiences and continue to expand because of doing that and taking you to places that are going to enrich you, not only from the leisure aspect, but from the knowledge aspect, from the cultural aspect, from the shopping. You'll be able to go. I've seen people go and come back with suitcases full of items because they say, look, this is probably the only time I'm going to be in this part of the world. So let me go and let me have this encounter. And one thing that I tell everyone is that someone said, well, how much does it cost? For me and for so many other people, the cost of not going is what would have been the real loss, because we would have missed out on the experiences, the different relationships. Maximum impact travel becomes a family. And that's what ends up happening. We become a family, and then even with our travel partners, with Urban Intellectuals and other groups, let's say you have a group and you want to curate travel experiences, but you don't want the headache and you don't want the risk that's involved. And you say, listen, you all deal with everything that comes along with it. I have the people, I want to bring them. And then what we do is we make it to where, in many cases, we can even white label it to where it's your brand. So it's not even our brand, it's your brand. And you are the one that they see because we make it a win-win. And that's why we look forward to working with so many other people. If you knew some of the people that we curate trips for, because we're white label, so I'm not telling everybody, but we curate trips for so many people because they understand that we're going to put the time and effort into it, and they trust us, with their brands. And so if you are a business owner, or if you're a person that has a brand, and you want to make sure that your family and friends are going with someone that you feel comfortable with, then I can assure you we'll do our very best to make sure that happens. And that's the team here. We have a team of more than 30 people worldwide that work with us. We have U.S.-based team. We have teams based in Kenya, Ghana, Egypt, South Africa. And so that is what makes this work. And these are people that I know personally. I've spent time with them. These are not just me getting on a computer and, hey, can you put together a trip and make this happen? No, I've spent time in all of these places, as you saw. And that's what I have committed my efforts and energy to make sure that you are good to go. So now here's the deal. As I shared before, because I want to respect everybody's time, and then I'll hop over to see if I can answer some questions. But just to remind everybody, you book, type in the word summit, $300 off until March 1st, 2024. Now, here's what's real cool. If you become an affiliate, you can also take your affiliate link and get the additional $300 off by being an introductory level affiliate. So you can get that in addition to typing the word summit in. So now that gives you $600 off. So what my thought is to become an affiliate. You can share that with, if you and your spouse or friends and family want to go, get that affiliate link. Our team is waiting there. So if you fill out the application and you get it in, it'll be a fast turnaround. It'll definitely be done before March 1st, 2024. And then you get the ball rolling. And then all the terms and conditions and everything is spelled out right there for you. But the good part about it is this is another way where you can save on going on these travel experiences. And that again, we try to make it as win-win as possible. Like I said earlier, we are not the cheap Travel to Africa company. We'll never be, for several different reasons. One reason is because we want to make sure that our team on the ground, they're taken care of, and we're not exploiting them because we're just trying to do cheap, inexpensive trips. Secondly, we also understand that there's a certain, I'll just say it, there's a certain mentality that comes along when people are willing to pay for something. I grew up in America, and I know how this thing goes. And so one thing is, I have a brand, you have a brand, everybody has a brand. We don't want to devalue what we do. We all work hard, and so nobody goes to their job and say that, the boss says, hey, can you give me a discount? You go to your job next week and you go to your boss and they come in, yeah, can you give us a discount this week for your work? You look at them like, what? Are you serious? You know, so the amount of effort and energy that we put in, we give 1,000% to make sure that our clients get the very best that we can offer. And so those are the people who respect and understand what we do, and those are the people who come with us. Those who don't respect it, they opt to do something different, and that's fine. And we have no problem with that because it protects the integrity of what we're doing in our brand, and it allows us to have a very healthy environment on our trips because those who are coming, they want to have a good time. They respect what we're doing, and it's a big old family, and it's a win-win across the board. And if that's something that you're looking for, then we're here, and we're going to continue to do our very best to make sure you have the best experiences in all of our trips, whether it's Europe, Africa, Central America, South America, or the United States. All right, let's see here. Let's see. All right. Y'all hanging in there. Let me find out. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. There you go. I mean, people understand. Y'all understand. That's why we're here. That's why we put the time into doing what we need to do. I see some of the questions that came in. Yeah, I see some of the. Okay, excellent. Hey, Glenda. Hey. Hey, Dimitri, if you go to Maximum Impact Travel and click affiliate at the top right-hand corner, let me go and click that in there. Now, y'all didn't expect that part to play. I know y'all didn't see that part coming with the affiliate component. Where it's like, hey, we can make this a win-win for everybody. I'm known as the master of collaboration. Just know. You talked to my man Freddie Taylor at Urban Intellectuals, and I know we got some folks who've been on our trips who are in watching right now. You'll see me with Freddie and Urban Intellectuals, and you'll see me with others. We got some other trips coming down the pike I'm not at liberty to share right now, but I believe in collaboration, and I believe that's how we turn the tide economically within our community as well, is by working together and having a particular mindset where we all work together. That's another key. All right, so let me bring this up right here so you can see it. All right, so when you go to the website for the affiliate program, go to the top right corner. All right, right up here in the menu, you see where it says affiliate. And then you can watch the video. It says join the team. The video will come up, and you can see all the details we've been working around the clock. All right, so it's a payout scale. You start between the 1 to 20 level. It's $300 per adult, $150 per child. Then once you get over 20, we get 21 to 100 completed trips. Then it goes to $500 per adult, $250 per child. And then after 100 completed trips, you get to $1,000 per adult. And so then you see all the payout from there. And then all you have to do is, it's a very simple process. You apply, you click the apply button, and your application is right there on the page. It comes up, you fill out all the details. Jasmine and the team, they're waiting for the applications to come in. They'll get everything turned around quickly. We are monitoring and watching daily to see who is interested. We have folks signing up every day, so we're excited about it. And so that's the deal. So once you do that, you just wait for your approval. You get your link. You can use your link that moment. You can sign up using your link, and you'll be on your way. You share your link, and then while this summit is still available, you can take advantage of that and make sure you get those additional savings in there. Hey, you might already have a group of 20 people you're ready to make some moves, and then you bump up to the next level just like that. So that's how it works. And I know we saw one who was interested in talking with us about a group. So you can do that. You can email us at info@maximumimpacttravel.com, info@maximumimpacttravel.com. And if you have a group that you would like to take, let us handle it for you. All right? That's the deal. Let us handle it for you and take the stress out of it. Sometimes folks are worried and going through all these other things. Let us handle it for you. And you can take a look at all the different destinations that we go to and take it from there. So how many people are ready to go to the continent of Africa? Because this is the thing that happens. We'll see it. Then we start thinking. Our minds start thinking. I'm the type of person I've learned that when my mind starts to working, then it'll talk me in and out of things. Oftentimes it'll talk me out of things and things that I need to do. Now, after that experience in 2020, now I just do it. I mean, I go places, I travel. I've been to 47 different countries in the past 5 years. 40 different countries in the past 5 years. 23 of them have been on the continent of Africa. And so when it's time to go, it's time to go. We're excited about sharing these trips with you. We'll be back again tomorrow. And when we come back tomorrow, we're going to be talking about some more travel experiences that we have coming up. I believe, let me see here. I'm looking for where'd it go? The slides were there. There we go. All right, here we are. All right, so tomorrow, join us. We're going to be talking about Egypt, Ghana, Togo, and Benin. That's what's happening tomorrow. Then we'll be talking about Tanzania, Zanzibar, and Ethiopia. That's coming down the pike. And then we have Brazil, Colombia, Panama as a part of this summit coming down the pike. And then we also have Senegal, the Gambia, Nigeria. Also in Nigeria, that Nigeria trip has Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and Morocco. So all of those are on the way and coming down the pike this week as a part of the travel summit. So here's the deal. I think if you become an affiliate, you can make some things happen. You can spread the word, share that link, and all of the affiliates make sure that when your folks sign up that they use your link. There you go. No, past trips do not count. This is moving forward. Great question. So past trips do not count. Moving forward, that is how it is. And excellent. All right, there we go. I see it. All right. Yeah, new trips. All right, everybody. So enjoy. We got a big, huge documentary coming out. So now tomorrow we're going to be back. So sign up for the one if you want to learn more about Ghana, Togo, and Benin, the trip tomorrow. Join us. All you have to do is go to Maximum Impact Travel, and you can sign up for the trips. For the summit for tomorrow night, where we talk about Ghana, Egypt, and Togo, and Benin. So we're going to be talking about that, and then we'll be continuing. Also, what we're going to be we're really excited about is this documentary that we have coming up in the fall, talking about Ghana. So that's what's going to be happening. So again, everybody, thank you. Don't forget to take advantage of that $300. If you're going to join us on one of these trips, spread the word. I look forward to having you become a part of the Maximum Impact Travel family. Those who are already affiliates, continue to share that link, and more is on the way. This is just the beginning. This is a movement. This is something special. Don't overthink it. Pull the trigger, make it happen, and just be excited about what's on the other side. Don't miss out on those hidden treasures. And if you need any more understanding, let me just remind you about what's coming down the pike. Again, see you tomorrow night as we talk about Egypt, Ghana, Togo, and Benin here as the Travel Summit for Maximum Impact Travel. Growing up in America as a black man is one of the most difficult things that you can do. For more than 500 years, there's been an intentional effort to separate those who descend from the continent of Africa from the continent of Africa. Through education, finances, religion, culture, this divide has spread throughout the world.
The educational system is the greatest propagator of that and the greatest poisoner of the minds, not only of African people who have a negative image of themselves, but non-African people who have a negative image of African people.
The American system was created so they can have workers.
There is a story that's been sold to the rest of the world about Africa.
It's fed both ways. They're feeding us, they're living in villages with big bellies and flies, and they're feeding, they're just rappers and they're killing each other. And
it's bad that we have so many Europeans now visiting Africa than actually our own black people. Again, information, those Europeans, they know about Africa, but I want people in the United States, for example, to not know about Africa.
It hurts me so much to hear that we sold them into slavery. And so when I'm here and they come, there I say the devil is a liar. Why? Because, they will know the truth.
They try to kill my soul. Don't want to see me
46-year-old George Floyd was choked by a cop digging in
still I'm unstoppable. Still I'm unstoppable.
I had to make a decision to understand the truth, to understand the information that perhaps someone did not want me to know. What it began for me was a journey and a search for the truth to create a different legacy for my children.
Education is so important, and knowing the history beyond what they teach us in the U.S., and they didn't teach me much of anything. That's why I apologize to you and your brothers for putting y'all in that school system, because it wasn't right.
I want young people to see out in the U.S. and these places, right? I really want them to begin to grow up seeing Africa as central to their future, as central to their opportunities, as central to their safety, as central to their being.
And let them know that this is who you are, be proud of who you are, and embrace it all.
Every agenda that's been pushed on us, it's time to destroy that and create our own narrative as people of color, as diasporans, and as the new Africans.
People need to see the world. They need to get on a plane, get in a car, go outside of your comfort zone, because when you go somewhere else, you understand people more. You can be more empathetic in certain situations because you know where they're coming from, and you can learn about yourself.
When I see my brothers from the diaspora come, it warms my heart so much. It makes me so happy.
And when you come here, it's not just a slavery story, it's when we were kings and still are kings.
As long as Africa is disrespected, we cannot enjoy our full potential as an individual of African descent until Africa itself is respected.
When I came to Ghana and discovered how much I was not taught, I realized the importance of educating myself. This is where it all began. This is where my life changed. This is where I began to discover who I was. And I want to take you on that journey with me.